Lakers in Brooklyn. Anthony Davis made his return after missing 17 games with a sprained left knee, but it was LeBron who again led the way with 33 points, matching James Harden's total. Harden added 12 boards and 11 assists for the triple-double, but without KD and Kyrie, the Nets just don't got it. Lakers win it 106-96.
We going back to back. Winner. Bron all night like a set of porch lights. Tougher than a $2 steak. Here he gets in the passing lane. Translate that defense into some offense. Rosetta Stone. James had 22 30-point games. He now has this season 22 of those 30-point games. The only player with more 30-point games in a season at the age of 36, it's your mailman, Karl Malone.
All right, 1 is the loneliest number, and this would be a loser because it looks like it's a big 1 now in Brooklyn. Harden, the only member of the big 3 in action. And although he notched his 9th triple-double of the season, it was clear he can't do it all on his own. He had 20 possessions where he didn't pass the ball up, and he shot 7 of 17 with 2 turnovers on those possessions. And so here we are talking about the Nets and the Lakers, 2 teams we all slated in to basically be in the finals. And while they both have issues on both sides, I know you want to focus more on the Lakers. I mean, the Nets, they're in trouble. You've got reports coming out that James Harden's frustrated and wants to get out of Brooklyn now already. And they're trying to figure things out with Kyrie being on the road. And he said after the game yesterday, there's frustrations with COVID and there's no consistency and there's no momentum. And dude, I don't know what to tell you, because outside of the Warriors and maybe the Boston Celtics back in the day, I don't know the last time I saw a super team assembled where it has worked out perfectly for them. Like, this isn't going well in Brooklyn, this whole thing. And he's right, there's not consistency, but dude, you can't just keep jumping from team to team trying to build the perfect thing that you want. It might have to be the U show for a little bit because Durant's not returning until after the All-Star game.
Yeah, and the Nets got to think kind of like the Bulls is hope this thing all comes together at the end of the season when they have a full roster, if they can get to that point with Kyrie. As for the Lakers, look, I'm not going to get too excited about this win. It was against a team with only
LeBron James.
James Harden. It was the only team with James Harden out there for this Nets squad. It was a win on the road, great. But the Lakers, why this is important is if they can find consistency, they now have their identity back. Anthony Davis only had 8 points in this game, but he gives them that defender, that rim protector that allows their guards to get up in you and take chances because you've got a big guy down low and Anthony Davis to protect. A lot of the highlights we saw in this game, defense translating to offense, open floor opportunities. Lakers need to win with defense. It also gives them versatility with Anthony Davis because you can use him as that 5, but he's a versatile 5-piece to exploit mismatches. But then you have that rhythm where you can play small ball. It's massive for this team. Does it have staying power? That's the biggest question mark with the Lakers, but at least the identity is back.
Speaking of staying power, can Anthony Davis stay healthy is another question,
That's
too.
the million-dollar career question.
Yeah, so hopefully this, Jordan's right, has some staying power. Let's stay in the NBA, though, and go to the other team now in L.A. That would be the Clippers. They were taking on the Wizards. Washington opened the game on a 15-2 run and led by 35 in the second quarter before giving it all back after halftime, where they were outscored by LA 80-49. Luke Kennard was clutch, scoring 7 points in the final 9 seconds, including a 4-point play that gave the Clippers the 116-115 W.
Winner 4 in 5. Speaking of that play from our pals at Elias, Kennard is the only player in the last 25 seasons with a game-winning 4-point play in the final 5 seconds of a game. He's also just the third player in the last 25 years with 7 points with under 10 seconds left in regulation. Just like they drew it up in a timeout, of course.
Yeah, of course. Winner, Rare Air. Stay with me on this one. Entering Tuesday, teams were 1 and 16,239. You heard that right. Over the last 20 seasons, when trailing by 7 or more points with under 20 seconds remaining in regulation. Back in 2014, the Cavs did this against the Magic, but they needed overtime to win that one. It never happens, basically, is what I'm saying. The Clippers are the only team to overcome this deficit in under 20 seconds and win in regulation.
Maybe if I just keep pointing, he'll leave me alone. Oh geez, he's getting mad. Just be cool, don't panic. Just make something up. He's not buying it, say something else. He totally bought it. Austin, you are the man.
So I'm not a Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of person.
I'm guessing Austin Reeves is Larry David.
Maybe. We don't watch that a lot in our house. We'll have to familiarize. Let's go around the association, though, here, starting with the Nuggets and the Pistons. The 2021 number 1 overall pick is in, And it was that guy right there, Cade Cunningham. And Jay, what has he done?
He's joined decent company because Cade filled up the stat sheet with the Pistons taking on the Nugs. He finished with 34 points, 8 boards, 8 dimes, 2 steals, 4 blocks, 6 triples. The third rookie in the last 40 seasons to lead his team at all 6 categories, along with MJ and AI.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that would be decent company. Same game here, but now we're going to the Nuggets side of things. And what has Jokic been doing?
Joker's wild.
That's right.
He ain't getting enough respect either, Shae.
Okay, he finished with 28, 21, and 9, becoming the only player in NBA history to record 5,000 rebounds and 3,000 assists within his first 500 career games. Nuggets would get the win over the Pistons. Let's go to a new game here now, and this one is Pels and Sixers. And we're running out of puns or ways to describe Joel Embiid, but let's try another one here.
I've never seen anything like what this guy is able to do on the court at 7 feet tall. He's an M-beast.
That's true. He has scored 170 points in just over 128 minutes in his last 4 games. I mean, he is doing it all.
Neil Simmons, give him an opportunity. These are wasted productivity years.
Sixers won by 10, by the way, in that game. Let's move on to Mavs and Warriors. And Jay, what is JK doing?
He is balling.
That's right. The Warriors rookie had a game against the Mavs, including that vicious dunk that you're seeing now in slow-mo, and he led the Warriors with 22 points. The Warriors would get the win 130-92.
Jonathan Kuminga.
Let's go. T-Wolves and Blazers. And Ant-Man can flat out get buckets, Jay. And so what did you like to say when he does that?
In his bag. I don't understand why you guys don't get this phrase. I mean, the guy is showing you everything in his skill set. He's reaching in his bag, and he's showing a little bit of everything.
Anthony Edwards had 40 points, including 14 in the fourth quarter in the 109-107 win over the Blazers. I'm going to start using in his bag. It just took me a minute here. Kings and Celtics. And maybe the Celtics are starting to watch a little SportsNation because they got something in.
A power couple.
There you go.
Absolutely. And look, people keep talking about, can these two play together, Brown and Tatum? Can they make it work? Nights like this make you believe.
That's right. It's the only duo in Celtics history to have more games in a season than Larry Bird and Kevin McHale. By the way, the Celtics would steamroll the Kings in this one. Hornets and Raptors here. And that long pass you're watching looks kind of like
AFC Championship weekend. That's a touchdown. 6.
Maybe he's been watching too much Bengals, because that does look like
too much Joe Burrow.
Burrow to Jamar Chase touchdown there. Raptors would win 125-113 in this one.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.